So what we're doing, we're going to go over the do now, then we're going to quickly review the homework from last night or from the weekend. We're going to talk about the Cold War for a little bit, jump into some articles. There's 2 different articles you guys are going to be reading. I'm going to give out, each person is going to read one, then you're going to get in groups and discuss what you read, and then we have an example. Okay, so back to the do now. Does anybody know who is in this? Anybody know who this guy is? Not Trump. Putin, yep. Vladimir Putin. Anybody know who Putin is? I heard President of Russia from somewhere. That is correct. Does anyone understand what's going on here? Want to explain to the class? Victor? Give a shot. Yeah, does anybody know what happened fairly recently with Ukraine? So Ukraine was a piece of land that was part of the Soviet Union. It became its own country, and fairly recently, Russia decided it was part of Russia again. It's a lot more complicated than that. There's like a Netflix documentary about it, some other cool stuff. And you don't look at that on your own. You all will talk about it later if you do, I'm sure. But the point is, what Victor was saying, Russia saw some land that used to be theirs. Okay, any questions about that? Okay. So I just want to quickly review last night's homework. Does anyone want to quickly tell me what you guys read about over the weekend? Russia. Anybody besides Victor want to give it a shot? Okay, Victor, summarize the reading real quick for me. Yeah, thank you. So, for homework you learned, and within that, talk about how the Cold War ended. Today we're going to talk about, did it really end? So, what that kind of means to you guys is, so the Cold War, according to the reading, I said ended in 1991. It's 2019. There's some debate on whether or not it actually ended. The first thing we can talk about, well, how it collapsed. Oh, that's frozen. Thank you, Daphne. So how the Soviet Union collapsed. Does anybody remember how it collapsed in the reading? In this picture showing a ship sinking. That's not wrong. So what happened, what the reading talked about at one point was the Soviet Union adopted some new economic policies, adopted some capitalist ideals, and tried to use them. Didn't really work out so great. Unlike China, China did something similar and it worked out great in China. China's current economy is pretty good. And then they also brought in that openness, socially the glasnost, which is probably not pronounced like that, probably butchered that. But that openness, and what that happened was kind of let some democracy ideals into the country. And what happened when democracy entered into the Soviet Union, if you look at the back of the class on that map Ms. Finn has, the Soviet Union is this massive land of Europe and Asia. If you look at a more recent map, that map is from like 1950 something, when we're surrounded, you'll see all these countries that don't exist in that, like Ukraine, Lithuania, Latvia, a bunch of other countries that aren't going to be on that map, but are on a more recent map. Because the people, when they got to make choices, didn't want to be a part of the Soviet Union. Which is why you see the ship sinking, Ukrainian, Lithuanian, some words I can't pronounce in. So, like Victor said, the homework talked about China, Cuba. Did it talk about those? Yeah. North Korea and Vietnam. What do these countries have in common? You guys just shout it out. Thank you, Victor, who represents everyone. So, these countries were communist, or are communist, but it was important to know that they had to adopt some capitalist ideals to kind of still exist. Unlike the Soviet Union, which crumbled, these countries had to adopt these new ideas in order to still be permanent. Can anyone, besides Victor's answer like every question today, from the reading, does anyone remember some of the problems that the world is facing today the author talked about? Okay, from a long time ago, maybe you guys all probably did the reading Friday night, and 2 days later you don't remember. I'm assuming that's why. So, 3 problems. China's growing in power, especially their economy. Like it's been brought up a couple days ago. We all own stuff that was made in China. You look at the back of your iPhone, probably it says made in China. For country clothes, probably made in China. Good for you. So, another one is Russia's aggression. Here, you take these. Wait for Harry. Okay, can I just get everyone's attention, which I should already have, please? I'm reviewing the homework. It seems like a lot of you guys either forgot it or might not have done as well a job reading as you might have thought. All be listening right now to get this information. You have a unit test on Friday. So this is information you don't already know. Probably listen up, right? So, China is growing power, especially their economic power. Russia's aggression, like we talked about from the do now, how they kind of took Ukraine as well as Crimea. And then lastly was NATO expansion. So, you guys look at this map. These are the countries that were originally part of NATO. You'll see the different colors. More countries started to join in. And that's just something to take note of, that this kind of alliance is growing. And then, again, talking just about Crimea, which was that other part, like Ukraine, that was taken by Russia. And is that not China? Okay, so while I pass papers, I just want you guys to kind of talk to your partners real quick. Review what I just said, review stuff in the homework I might have missed. If no one in your pair has anything to talk about, make a group of 4. Chat about, just review for yourselves what we're going to talk about class today, okay? Can we do that? Okay, everyone's talking about World War II. That's going to be on Wednesday. Right now. I can't hold on. Oh, not good. It seems like plenty of time to get the call back up here. Everyone's attention back up here. Conversations are over. Harry, turn around, please. David, turn around. Okay, so like I said, what you guys kind of just talked about was the Cold War. What we're going to look at is readings on is the Cold War still happening. But before we do that, I want to jump back for a second and make sure we all understand and remember what the Cold War is. So for 1 minute, I want you guys to silently write in the box on the paper you handed out where it says, what was the Cold War? Just write your thoughts on that. It doesn't have to be full sentences. It should be a bullet point or 2. We're just going to write independently for a minute and then come back together. But it should be everyone's pens up and writing that now. Okay, now with your partners or groups of 3, if that's what you're in, share what you wrote in your paper. If they have something you like, maybe add it. Put that down. Well, that was a part of the whole work. If not, we're going to go over 2 anyway, so you are wrong.
I wonder why.
Hey, you guys have 1 more minute to get some ideas down. I'm just going to call on people, so if your paper is blank, maybe talk to your partner and get something down. Okay, so you have to back up here. Finish up the conversation.